I've been watching the Gielinor games. Some of the people in the games have a fraction of the followers/subs you have and a shit personality to match, which is why they've got a fraction of the subs and the followers. I'm wondering why you aren't asked to be in them. That's a good question. That's a very good question. Why? Now, I have spoken with Soup in the past. In fact, you know what? I haven't spoken to him in a long time, but last time I spoke to him was when he used to be called Third Age Film. I don't think I've spoken to him since then. So it's been a long, long time, many years, before Gielinor games. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no bad blood between me and him. It's completely up to him who goes on his show, how he runs his show. It's his show. I think there are many factors at play. Number one is the obvious factor. I like to talk shit. And a lot of people don't like that I talk shit. I don't think it's a morals thing by any extent. It is obviously not based on my character as a person, but I think I think there is various factors. One factor I believe is that there is influence from other creators who would be saying things like, hey, I don't want him on here. Maybe I've been considered, maybe not. If I have been considered, I guarantee you certain people have said, no, don't put him on. Which I totally understand, but that's happened before in the past. That wouldn't have been Soup's call if that was the case. People also don't want to deal with my presence, I guess. Now, I'm not actually a very rude person. I'm not actually very, I'm quite pleasant to collaborate with. I've collaborated with people in the past, but I don't give that impression with my content, right? I'm a very forthcoming person about my opinions. I like to talk shit. I like to call people dickheads for being dickheads, right? Now, people have a similar opinion for a very long time about people like Odablock. For example, you remember, I think it was EVscape didn't want Odablock on Battle Royale, even though he's the top tier PK, right? But he put out a video and he said he didn't want Odablock on there because he can't handle someone going ziggy, zoggy, and a foo-foo really loud every 2 minutes into the mic. Now, because he does that on stream, obviously, that's not how he actually behaves, and he's actually a really respectful person to work with. But that was just straight up, that was what EVscape said, and it's a cop-out excuse. But I feel like people have a similar concept with me. They think that I'm just going to be talking shit and trying to upset people here and there. If you don't do dickhead shit around me, I won't call you a dickhead. But I'm also, like, ask anyone I've collaborated with. I've been on various podcasts with Saber. I've been on the Base podcast. I've been on Top Tuesday. I did the second ever hide and seek with Will Idol. There was zero issues ever working with people. I've done work with Hanani. It's always been quite good and quite easy to make it work. But I feel like there is definitely a whole, I call it fear. They aren't as funny as you and they're mad. I don't think they're mad. I think there is a genuine fear that I would outshine them. And let's not beat around the bush. There's a fucking good chance that'll happen. So I think Soup is just saving the best till last. I think he's actually waiting to cook the best Gielinor Games season. And the best Gielinor Games season is the one that I'm on. It's just not yet. Now, I haven't seen seasons 2, 3, and 4, and I'm not watching 5. I just don't have the patience to watch super long Runescape videos. It's not a dig at the content. I can't do it. I play this game too much. I'm doing other shit, you know. It's not about morals at all. Hootie Tootie's been on there, and he's a known N-word user. Like he calls people the N-word aggressively. You've got people on there who lie, cheat, break the rules, solicit viewers and bully other creators into deleting content. Like Elliot, did a bidder on there in the past who not only has cheated in real money tournaments with Jagex, but also would use other creators' names to buff up his sponsorships without telling them about it, which is a really bad and unethical thing to do. So it's not about having people of bad character on the show, because they're on there all the time. I don't think Soup gives a shit about that. I think there's definitely an outside influence from Soup saying, don't have King Condor on there. We know this happens because it's happened numerous times. I got kicked. I was in a Discord for 4 years or 3 years, the Crusader Talent Discord, and I got removed one day when I was talking to the owner of it in the general chat, and he removed me by influence of either Elliot or EVscape. It was one of those two. I don't know which one, but it was definitely one of those two. So I would say that's probably why I've not been on Gielinor Games and been asked at the moment. I don't expect to ever be asked personally. I haven't watched the show in a while, so I don't feel like I'm missing a whole lot. I get all the information through you guys. But it is a question I get asked a lot. Why am I not on there? Why haven't I been asked? It's a question you really got to ask Suit more than me. I know he's been asked about me in the past. Whether he's actually considered me or not, I have no clue. But I think it's purely 100%. He's waiting for... He's saving the best till last. When he does his absolute best Gielinor game season, that's when I'll be on there. When he's ready for the big dog. Would you ever go for an entirely image rebrand to look more friendly? No. I would much rather just make the content I want, when I want, how I want, with whoever I want, than bend over backwards just to get on Gielinor Games. That's not me. That's not what I want to do. I can't imagine Suit being like, you can come on, but you can't do this. I don't personally think I do things that are actually a brand risk. I've worked with brands and sponsors that any other RuneScape creator has worked with and never had a problem. No RuneScape creator is big enough to actually have a brand risk problem at the moment. The game itself isn't that big, so the whole brand risk thing is more of a mindset than an actual threat. I don't think it would benefit me to be less entertaining for the sake of being accepted into a group of cliquey creators that, let's be honest, none of them are really friends. Some of them will be friends with each other, but in the grand scheme of things, out of like 50 RuneScape creators, they're not friends. They're not coming to your funeral. They're not coming to your fucking birthdays. When you end up stop content creating and you get a job or you retire, you're not going to fucking stay in touch with most of these people. Maybe 2 or 3, but you are going to... They're not going to be part of your life outside of content creation and RuneScape. I don't have time to fake friendships at the expense of you guys. I'd rather be entertaining. We have a great time here. I make an assload of money in comparison to them. I don't make a fuck ton of money, but I mean, fortunately for me, EVscape is dumb enough to share his revenue on Twitter a lot. He likes to brag about how much money he makes, and he's a bigger creator than me, and he makes less money than me. So either I'm doing something right, or he's doing something wrong. And that's not me trying to flex. I don't really like to talk about the money you make or the revenue, but I also like to make fun of EVscape's ego because it's really fragile. So to see him brag about that, which is really weird, it makes me feel like I'm doing something right, which is nice. So I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I don't think Gielinor Games is going to put me on a map or in a position that I wouldn't be in otherwise. I just think it'll be good fun. And we all know that me being on Gielinor Games would be great content for the community, but it does more for the community than it does for me personally. Doesn't mean I wouldn't follow through with it. Like doesn't mean I wouldn't benefit from it or anything. But yeah, he just admitted to letting people fuck his wife on Top Tuesday. Oh yeah, no, EVscape's 100% a cuck. Yeah, of course. He admitted to it on Top Tuesday, but that's only because this has started going around. Yeah, no, that's 100%. No, he's a cuck for sure. Yeah. No way that thumb is getting pussy, it's just her. I have no idea. But, yeah, no, that's true. But I'd rather keep myself with my own genuine content and do my own thing than change the way I do things and the way that I run my own business, because I have fun. And I love doing this. I would hate to resent YouTube and streaming. Have I not seen this? Pull that shit up again. There's multiple screenshots of him and his missus on Tinder looking for people. Yeah. I've had so many of them sent to me. People just keep sending me screenshots of them on Tinder. It's not a secret. It's his choice, but I fucking wouldn't do that, but you know. I mean, any Australian would understand. He's a hipster from Melbourne, from Geelong. It fits the profile, so it doesn't really surprise me at all. That's why there's a sub-member thing, cheapskate, instead of cheapskate. Yes, like cheapskate is the play on word, yes. Further confirming that all people in open relationships look like they stink. It's toxic. Is it cool if I troll the fuck out of you? You can try, sure. So yeah, that's why I think I'm not. That kind of got off on a tangent for a second, but that's why I feel like I'm not on Gielinor Games and don't get invited, and I'm totally okay with it. But I'm also open to it one day if Soup ever decides to. But it's not going to change the way I do my content. And if he wants me to dramatically, like, if he obviously he'll have certain things he wants to go a certain way. Of course, it's his content, but I'm not going to at the same time change my content outside of his show to please him, you know, or anyone for that matter. Does not matter. It's just up to Soup if he wants good content or not. Hope that makes sense and clears up a lot of confusion. So you're a 30-plus-year-old man playing RuneScape? No, I'm not in my 30s. I'm well into my 20s, mate. Sorry to disappoint you, but I guarantee you're older than me. In fact, looking at my analytics, we looked at this the other day, 80% of my viewers are older than me. I know it's disappointing to see someone with such a great, yeah, look 30 plus, huge compliment. You know, I'm already going grey, which is huge, by the way, because that means I'm not balding. Sit the fuck down. I've got great fucking facial hair, great features and stamina. I'm a genetic goldmine. 6'8", nothing but pure fucking adrenaline and testosterone. Perfect. The nose threw me off. Yeah, no, my nose looks like it's been broken, but it's not. That's just an unfortunate feature, but not everyone's perfect. It is what it is. And you're black? I'm not black, but I'm marrying into a black family. I am going to be in an interracial marriage, so I will be able to, I'll get the N-word pass, hopefully. Looks like it's seen better days, my nose. No, it hasn't seen better days, no. No, it's in its prime, thankfully. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him, goddamn! Fuck me, look at that boy.